Hello, good morning, and welcome to our mapping clinic number 8 and last mapping clinic of this year. My name is Awais Hassan, and today I will go through a few topics. So today in this webinar, we will cover how to map a hotspot. Like these are basically the frequently asked questions. So we are getting a lot of students and other new developers, and some of them are not familiar with the mapping, or some of them are not familiar with 3D tools. So these are frequently asked questions. So we will go through these topics today, and those questions are like how to map a hotspot, like let's say for example a desk, and how to stitch maps together. And some people fail stitching because they do not overlap. They don't have any overlapping area, so they the map fails to stitch. So we will cover in details these questions. And how to map a statue, like a lot of people just want to create some kind of experience around statues and stuff. Yeah. So, and then how can I map a room, like where developers are sitting? Most of the developers, what they do is either map a desk or a room. So yeah, that's a common question. And how to share my maps with my friends. Let's say there are like a bunch of students, and one of them has made a really good map, and he wants like everyone else in the class to use that map and create experience. So how can he share, or how can a person share with maps with other friends? And how can you create an outdoor experience? Like as you know, previously we had covered indoor, so it's like the same thing, that how you create an outdoor experience just like the indoor, but the little bit difference is that that's outdoor space. So that's not a huge difference, but I will cover each and every topic in detail. Yeah. So starting with these questions, let me remind you what we have already covered previously. So if you are looking for any of these topics, you can go to our previous mapping clinics, and you can have a look in detail at what we have covered, like mapping with smartphones, each and every detail we have covered, mapping with real gateway devices, dashboard and processing and all that stuff, and then how to edit maps and real-time mapping if you want to map with Polycam. So we have also discussed Polycam pipeline, then stationary scanner versus VLK2Go in detail comparison, that we were having questions about that either stationary scanners are better or VLK2Go. So we have in detail discussion and all the examples and experiments in our one of the webinars. So and then a lot of people have like already mapped our videos with 360 cameras. So we have also in one of our webinars we have covered 360 camera pipeline. Like if you have created a map, if you have captured a video with 360 camera, so how you can create an immersive map with that. So and also then there was like mapping complex spaces like railway station, or let's say airport, or a sports stadium. So we have covered like in detail that how you can map those places. Yeah. So now going forward to our today's topic. So let me remind you basics of mapping, like create parallax. Parallax is like uh, taking picture in from like small different angles. So it will create parallax and have 30% overlap, and maximum viewpoints, like for example, capturing images from a lot of points of the same object from different angles, and follow all the rules of mapping that we have already discussed. And now we go forward to our next and first questions. So this is a point of view of how you can map a desk. For example, let's start with a corner and start taking pictures. So as you know, all the connecting images are from the same angle. Like all of the images are connecting perfectly fine. Now, or different and a distance point of view, so we get a wider angle. Now further away, and we can get all of the view in single frame. Still, we will get like at least 3 images. This is how you can map your desk, and you can test our SDK that this is how it works. All right. Yes. So yeah, going forward. Yes. So next question was, how can we stitch our maps? Sorry for that. Yeah. How can we stitch our maps? And here is a detailed example. I have recorded the video so you can view it easily. So we will like select 2 blocks, block number 2. And this is from our city scale, so you can have a look at this. And block number 5. So they are adjacent blocks. Yeah. So yeah, so these 2 blocks have this overlapping area. So we will select those 2 maps and click on stitch maps. And then we will name them like block 5 and 2, and we will wait for the processing, and we will refresh this, and it's done. Now I can show you the maps. It's part of the map. So as you can see, these are 2 separate maps. Now they are merged into one. And it is so seamless because they have a lot of overlapping area. So always remember, like most of you, when they ask us why their maps are not like staged, or is there anything wrong. So always remember to have some overlapping area. Like there should be some common images that are like in like both of the maps that you are trying to stitch. For example, when I captured block number 2 on the left side, so I captured it from the a little bit like some images of block number 5 while capturing the block number 2. So when I was capturing block number 5, I captured some of the images from block number 2. So now in both maps, I have few similar images. So when you click stitch maps, so our tech knows, okay, these are like similar images, and these are the points where we have to merge. If there are no like similar images, overlapping images, then our tech cannot know that, okay, this is the point where we have to merge. So as long as you have some images from like different angles that our tech can recognize, okay, these are the points where we have to merge. So that is where the stitching is successful. Just like in this case, it is seamless. Like from this video, if you could look at the thumbnail, these are the 2 blocks, and the street in the middle over here, that is the point where we have some overlapping. So they are seamless. So always remember to, when you're stitching, always have some overlapping area. Or if you, let's say, for example, let's say you have forgot to captured overlapping images. So what you can do is that you have like 2 maps, on one on block number 2 and block number 3. You can capture a third map like right in the street, and you can capture like some images from the right side and left side, and same in the other corner. So our tech knows, okay, these are the points where I have to merge, and you can stitch those 3 maps, like 2 totally separate maps, and one where there are overlapping images containing images from the both side, like from right and left. So then you can the third map will be the main point where like both maps can stitch together. Yes, going forward to the next. Going forward to the next one. Yes. So there was a specific question like how to map a statue. So it's the same thing, very similar, like multiple viewpoints of the target. For example, the statue is like a hotspot. And you usually walk around it. So sometimes it's like, just in front of the wall, so you cannot complete the full circle around it. So you can just create, just like I showed you the point of view of video of the table. So you can just capture it like table if there is nothing behind it. But if you can walk around it, 360 angle, so you can just walk in a circle. and take photos in detail where users are usually expected to be closer. For example, in this one, there is we have created a small circle over here. So this is where the statue has a face, or something is written over there, let's say in detail about the statue, that whose statue is it. So you can capture a small circle around that area also. So when a user gets too much close to have a look at that specific thing, so it is still localizing. You can, if the statue is bigger, or there's like a large area around it, so you can also have a third circle, like just like there's a difference of, let's say there's like 5 feet difference in these two, so you can have a 10 feet distance around and capture another circle of the statue if the statue is big enough. So the more detailed photos you have, like closer and farther, so these are roughly the same points where a user will be able to localize to that statue. Yeah. And yes, and mapping a room, a classic one. We have covered this one in our previous mapping technique, but let's go through it again. So yeah, always take connecting images. So I started from one corner. Always have your route decided, that where you will walk and where you will be taking images. So I started from that corner, and now I'm taking images of that corner while walking away. And all of the images are connecting images. You can also do like small arcs by standing on the multiple positions, but I prefer this way. This way we have like almost all of the images connected. But if you are too closer to the white walls, so the images will not be connected to each other, but most of the time it works perfectly fine. Just because I was showing you how to map, so that's why I focus on this corner. Like usually there are like there's a clothes rack, so usually the clothes move or go away. So it's not very good thing or very best practice to map this area. But I just want to show you that how you should map. So that's why I'm showing you all these angles and corners, capturing corners. And here you will see that my main focus was on this place, this fireplace, where we have a lot of features, and main hotspot. Just like that, and we are getting back to the point where we started from, and while focusing on one hotspot, that if we're going to create experience just like we created last time, so whenever someone enters to the room, so usually they don't look at the ground or on the sofa, they just look at the hotspot, like one main place where they will be looking at. So my main focus was like, enter, if the user enters from that door, or from the right side, or from the left side, or from the entrance behind me. So capture images from all those entering points. So when if you tell a user to, okay, go localize and capture, I have created an experience. So they know that, okay, these are the points where we have to, you know that these are the points where they will enter, and they might like localize standing in the door. So that's why I have covered all those entrance points, like all those doors where a user can enter. So he just enters and it localizes perfectly fine. So usually hotspot and the point of view of the user when he's entering the room. So that those are the most important ones. Yes. So that one is done. Sorry for that. Yeah. So once you have created the map, so you can just download that map you just submitted and localize it. And here it is showing that it is localizing perfectly. It is mandatory to validate the map. It doesn't matter how a good map you created or how many viewpoints you captured. There are still chances that you missed some points, or maybe they immediately are not connecting, or the the surface is too shiny, or you have not captured enough viewpoints or enough feature points, so it can fail. So it's always better, once you have captured a map, wait for a few seconds, let it process, and then download it in here, like download maps, and then localize. So if you're getting like 80 to 90% localization, the map is good. So in our case, it was much better than that. But you should always test before creating an before you like work too hard on the map, that is your map working perfectly fine or not. Yes. And next one is, yeah, so this is experience I was telling you that we have previously captured. So this was, if you want to create this experience for the Halloween or any indoor experience. So in Mapping Clinic number 7, we have covered this topic in detail. So you can watch it on the YouTube, and you can create an indoor experience. As you know that when I mapped the place, there was not this bicycle. Now it's still there, but we have a lot of same feature points, so it is localizing perfectly fine, and our experience is very stable. So for today's mapping clinic, I will create some outdoor experience, but if you want to create something indoor, so you know how to map a desk or map a room. And in the previous mapping clinic, in number 7, we have covered in detail that how you can create this experience. We build that experience live in our previous mapping clinic. Yes. So yeah. So the next question was how you can share the maps with your friends. So it's very simple. Just click on the map, select that map, and click on the send map. So this is for the one person. Like for example, if you're trying to share with a specific friend, so then you can just click send map, and then you can enter the ID. For example, in here we have entered 1234. So you can get the user ID of your friend. Sorry about that. Yeah. So you can get the user ID of your friend, and you can enter that and send map, and then it will be shown in their map, in their dashboard. But you will have no access to that. You cannot delete that map. Even if you delete the map from your ID, it will still exist in their dashboard. So yeah. And also there's another thing that, for example, let's say if you are trying to create just like as I told you that, for example, you're creating a map for to share with a lot of people, let's say your friends. So you can have like there are like, let's say 20 colleagues or 20 to 30 class fellows, and you have captured a good map in your university and you want to share with everyone. So you can just instead of send map, you can click on share mode, and you can make that map public. Then everyone who knows your ID, they can see the map, or if they can know that they know the location that where that map was captured, they can see that, or they can just simply change the dashboard view from my maps to public maps near my location to all the maps around the world. There, from starting from the nearby maps to like far away maps, everything will be shown to everyone. So if you want to share, make some maps public and share with a lot of people, you can just go to the sharing mode and set those maps to public. But they will not be private anymore, so they will be public maps. Anyone can have access. So, but if you want to share with specific people, so just like I told you before that, you can just click on send map and enter the ID, and that person will have the map in their dashboard. But if you want to make it public, you can just click the share map, and everyone around you can see that map. Yeah. So, and yeah. So yeah, this is the experience I will tell you how to make. So I will teach you how to make. So this is a giant snowman. So when I capture the map, there was no snow, but now there is snow, and it is still localizing. Yes. So you can see this is a snow map, and you can see these snow particles falling. This is not real snow, so we added a particle effect. So this one is wearing some orange scarf and cap. And we have added a small particle effect. This snow is not real, that is falling from the sky. This is particle effect. Just like I will look away, and there is no snow right now because I have set it to like limited area. Now you cannot see any snow falling. So when I will look back, now you can see snow because this is particle effect. It looks real, but it is not. So let's start creating this experience. I hope you will like it. This is just like similar to the previous one that we created, the indoor one, but it's for the outdoor because someone asked specifically. Okay, so the main step, the visual position can be divided into 3 steps. So one is mapping the place, test the map, just like I showed you, like creating a map and then testing, trying to localize it. And if localization is good, then you can start creating experience, adding AR layer, or you can build it on your desired platform, like either it's Android, iOS, iPad, or some kind of glasses. Yeah, so requirements are you should have Unity version 2022.3, 10 F1, but this is the one we have like tested, latest one. So but it's better if you use this one. Then ARKit capable iOS device, and also ARKit in your Unity dashboard, and in your Unity Assets AR Core if you are working with Android device, and the Mapper app. So if you have these things or capable devices, then you can create any kind of experience with Immersal. Yes. So first of all, you go to the dashboard. As I showed you in the previous one, just download Immersal SDK and SDK samples. So the upper one is like Unity package, and the lower one is a project SDK, like sample projects. Yes. So yeah. So now we will create a live tutorial for that. So let me tell you what are we going to map. So this is a place, as I showed you in the video. So this is the place that I mapped, and just like I told you how to map a statue. So just walk around it like 360. So it don't have any specific angle that the user can focus. So I will just go around it like 2 rounds, like for example, first round, and then at a little bit farther, a second cycle around it. So you can map it that way. And now let's create an experience. So I have already downloaded it. So just to save some time, I will just create this map, open the project. Yeah, it will give you some error if you open the project, but you can just ignore it because when you will import that package, the other package that we just downloaded, for example, in here. Yeah, so I am opening this one, Immersal SDK samples. So it don't have the Unity package in it, so that's why it was asking us to enter the safe mode, but you don't have to worry about that. You can just open that, and then we will import this one, SDK core Unity package, and our errors will like go away. Yes. So as you can see, we have a lot of errors, but nothing to worry about. We will go to the let's say assets, and import package. And then we can just go to downloads, mapping December, and this is what I downloaded today. And right. So now I'm importing it. It will ask, okay, import everything. Yep. It's almost done. Yep, now the errors are gone. It's like that. So nothing to worry about. If you see the error, just go with the flow and you can solve everything. I missed this step in the previous mapping clinic, so that's why I am covering this topic again in detail. So, nothing to worry about. Yeah, go to the samples and we have a lot of scenes. There will be one more, like let's say you want to create a custom mapping app. Yeah, so you also have to import a text mesh pro. Yeah, we'll just import it. Yeah, it's mandatory to have it. Yeah, so now it's imported. No need to import it essential unless you want to. So we don't need that. So we'll just go with it. And one more thing now, the platform is like Windows, Mac, Linux. So you can go to file build setting and you can switch the platform. If you want to create something with Android, you can select Android. You are trying to create something with iOS, you can click iOS. And if you, let's say you are trying to build any other thing, so yeah, you can just switch the platform. Forms are here. So I will just switch platform. So
I just want to let you guys know that we have received a few questions and we will go over them once Awais finishes his presentation, okay? We haven't forgotten yet.
yeah, it's still loading, just 3 more seconds. And it's done, I guess, yeah. Yeah, almost done, let's see. Yeah, now it is done. It's showing here like iOS and Unity. So yeah, it's done. And we will always remember to build a scene. If you're trying to create a mapping app example, then you can select this one. Let's say I am going to use a content placement sample. So I will select this one over here. So I will unselect this one because you have to build the scene that you are trying to, create. So let's say if I'm going to create something in content placement sample, then I will use this one. If I'm going to create some navigation, so I will select this one. And yeah, so whatever scene you are trying to create, always select that one. So let's say I will create something in this one. Yeah. So now our platform is changed. So I will just go to, yeah, this one is on number 1. Yes, it's still, yeah. Let's see, search online. Okay, sorry, but not. So first of all, let's bring go to the dashboard, copy token, and yeah, I will just space here. Yeah, here, get Control V. Sorry, not this one. Copy token. Yeah, don't change anything else. Yeah, and then I also will need, let's say, a combinatory map, the map you are trying to create experience with, and then just go to AR map downloader, place map ID, and select AR space, and yeah, and download map example. So yeah, so you can see the map has been downloaded. So we will delete unnecessary or like by default maps in from here. Oops, Unity crashed. Sorry for that. Let's open again. Sorry, it happens when you're like doing demo online. So yeah. But in previous our tutorial, the Unity did not crash and everything worked fine. Just remember the first part that was missed in the previous one, but all of the flow is same in that one also. Okay, so it did not save that thing. Okay. Yeah, okay, I will just open the map, the project I have just created like yesterday. Yeah, it was much easier, and yeah, I can show you everything. It's all set up in there, so you just like drag and drop and paste, those objects over there. Yes. So let's say, for example, I was here. So we have downloaded our map. For example, clicking on here, AR map downloader, and yeah. So you can enter your ID and select AR space, and you can download your map, right? And as you can see, like this is the same ID, so I have downloaded everything. And also for the snowman, so you can just go to the Unity asset store. Or Unity asset store. Sorry about that. Here's typo. And you can just say Christmas, yeah, or snowman or something, whatever you want. So you can go there and select any, like let's say if you are a student and creating some or learning the experience, and there is nothing major you want to make, then you can just select any snowman. So I selected this one. It's totally free, so I chose the free asset so you can make it. So you don't have to worry about buying anything. So otherwise, I would have chosen something professional. Yeah. So also this one. So you can just add it to your card, add it to my like assets, and it will show into your assets. So yeah. So once you that's done, it might show like the pink materials. So the material color might not be perfect. So you can just select all of those and like, for example, all of that and go to the file, rendering, materials, and convert selected build and mesh to URP. So all of them will show in like perfect colors. So then you can place your objects. Like as you can see here, we can have a look at the structure. You can also increase the density, so you will have a better view. So this is a room that we captured, we mapped, and we have to show, yeah, so we have placed everything in the child of this one, and make sure nothing is static because we move the scene around the camera. So yeah, so we have placed everything in here, and also we have two sets of particles. So, and this is the snow I was talking about, that I have added snow, so only on this part. So, and also here is another particle effect system. So yeah, so making, so now you can see the detail. Yeah. So when I was walking below it, so it created like a snow effect, and it felt real in the view. Yeah. So once you have set up everything, you can just build your Steno already, for example, build setting, and you can You can just build it, select the place. For example, I have already made it like snow sample, so you can create select a folder and build it. And for example, over here I would snow samples, and then you can once it is built, so you can just click on export project, and you can connect your device and build that experience for you. Yeah. So once it is done, then it will look something like this. Yes. So just drag and drop the prefabs, and you will be able to create this kind of experience. It's just a simple experience because it is for beginners, so I have not added anything complex into it. So anyone can just view the, go through the tutorial, and in 15 to 20 minutes, you can create this kind of experience. Of course, there's exception that if Unity crashes, you have to start everything over again, but it happens. Yeah. So these are the particle effects. So you don't have to do anything, just create a map, drag and drop everything into the Unity scene and build it on your platform, and you are good to go. Yes. So yeah, thank you. If you have any questions, or if may have already received some questions, so please go on.
Yes, thank you, Awais. So let's go over some questions that we received. So the first one is about mapping. Can you map with a drone?
There is no specific need to map with a drone, but if you want to map with a drone, yes, you can map with a drone. But the thing is, as I told you in our earlier mapping clinics, that, for example, if you are creating an experience, you have to capture the images from the point of view of the user. If you think that you are trying to create something for a drone, that if you want to localize a drone, so yes, you should definitely capture the images, roughly the same path you want the drone to fly on, so you can capture from that path. But if you are trying to capture something for humans, so it should be from human point of view, so you can, the human can easily localize to that point of view. So yes, you can capture with a drone, but if only you are trying to create something for a flying object. So that's a good way to capture with a drone. Otherwise, the Mapper app or BLK to go is the best way to go. Yeah.
Thank you. And the next question is also about mapping. What devices can be used for mapping?
So as long as a device can give us a good quality picture and pause data, like position, like orientation and position of the device. So you can use that. It could be, you can use third-party apps like Polycam. Also, you can use stationary scanner, but that's not a good way to go. A 360 camera pipeline if you have already made something. So yeah, we can also support that. But the best way to go is BLK to go, or using the Mapper app. But as long as any device that can capture the images with pause data, that's like good to go, but it will take some extra effort to extract data and build a map with that. So it's better to use Mapper app. But that's not the end. If you have already captured the data, then it will take some effort and some extra, work to get around. But you can use any device you want if you are willing to, spend some extra time figuring it out. Yeah.
Thank you. And here a different question now. You mentioned about the snow. So for how long can I use my map? If I do a map during summer, for example, and I need to use that again during winter, would that work?
Yeah, like for example, this map I captured like last week. The map that the image I showed you, there was no snow at all around it. But right now, today, when I created the experience and tried to localize it, it localized well. There were a few, like, a few mislocalizations, but it still worked. So as long as most of the feature points are there, it will localize. Let's say if there's only ground, and there was like, in the now let's say in autumn there was like a lot of leaves on the like ground, then if you map that during that time and now there is snow, it will not localize. But as there is a wall, so there was no snow on the wall, so that had enough feature to localize, so it worked. So as long as uh, you have matching features and the majority of the scene has not changed, so it will localize. Let's say the wall has been painted, so it will not localize in a different color, let's say. So it might not localize on that. But as long as the environment is same, it could be like year, the 2 to 3 years old. As long as it has majority of same features, it will localize. Yeah. So there is no expiry date for the maps. So.
Thank you. Another question here is about the difference between on-server localizer and on-device localizer. When should I use each?
Yeah. Well, you can use on-server localization majority of the time. Like for example, when you are trying to localize, using the mapper app, you are using on-server localization. You can also use on-device localization, but that is only for the enterprise customers. So if, like, let's say you are doing some project and it is underground, there's no network around it, so you can use on-device localization, right? So you don't need a network or server to localize against that. But most of the time you have network, like if you're testing something, so you have the network, so you can use that. So we have on device localization also, but that's only for enterprise customers. So if you wish to use that, you can contact our sales team and we'll be happy to help you. Or if you have any other questions, you can just ask me, os.hassan@immersal.com. Yep, thank you.
Thank you, Awais. Do we have any other questions? Nope, no questions, just people thanking you, Awais. So thank you very much for your time and for going with us through the overflow again, and this time for explaining to us how we can create some outdoor experience. It's very easy, unless unit crashes, then that can take a little bit extra
Sometimes
time.
bad things happen, yeah.
Yeah, and I know that
in our previous experience, it did not crash. So that was indoor. So drag and drop is almost same, and you can overcome things. So yeah, you are good to go. Either you can use the previous mapping clinic tutorial or this one. They are same. But in the previous one, Unity did not crash, of course. So that was much smoother.
yes, but the experience after you have mapped the location and once you have imported the map and the assets inside the unit, it's exactly the same for both indoor and outdoor experience. So
Yeah.
just to
The
clarify.
previous one was for Halloween, and this one, like, there is like Christmas coming on, so I just made up some. I got some good, snowmen, so I just had them. Otherwise, other decoration was like low poly for free, so I did not use that one. So it will be out of the theme. So they looked real, so that's why I chose these assets. So you can choose whatever you want if you are creating a theme for kids or anything. So you can choose anything accordingly. It's not like hard-coded rule to use these like assets. You can use assets of your choice. Yeah.
Yes, that's great. So yeah, we don't have any additional questions. So thank you very much, everyone who joined us today. We will save this recording and we will share that on YouTube later next week. So feel free to go there and you can rewatch that and also watch the previous ones. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let us know.